If anyone's playing with dead bodies in real life, then they must have something to do with the dead bodies. They must be raping them or something, necrophilia. I mean, come on, you wouldn't work with dead bodies. Oh, shame I've got no money, you derpy little cunt. The town fools, right there. Oh, stash. Well, that's what you get. Burn the fuckers when you have the chance. Don't know what the hell those cunts are doing there. Those weird bastards, what the hell are they playing right now? They're having a little rave party. Ush, 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 ush. Rave, rave, rave. Yeah, I don't think it's the right place to have a rave. They're like headbanging. Oh, that's what they're doing, they're headbanging. Oh, fuck a duck, where? Oh shit, that way. Oh shit, shit, no, get away, don't rape us, necrophilia, no, 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 shit. God's sake, alright, pants. To help if you were wearing pants, pen. No, life, losing your dead. Someone's been raiding carriages. Oh yeah, maybe these bastards have. Hello once again, my name is Cipyaar, aka the People's Gamer, and today it's time to kick some more arse in Diablo 3. So, for those of you who don't know what Diablo 3 is, it's a kind of dark, fantasy, horror-themed action RPG. Now, it does have elements of kind of hack and slash and dungeon crawl mixed in there and scattered about the place. It's made by a very nice games company called Blizzard, and those are the chaps behind Warcraft, World of Warcraft, Starcraft, and the other Diablo games, which are Diablo 1 and 2. The game was released on the 15th of May in Europe and the USA, and it will be released on June the 7th in Russia, so if you're in Russia you don't have to wait a little bit, which is a shame. Before its release, it broke several records, and it became the most pre-ordered PC game of all time on Amazon. Now, that's a really big achievement for any game, no matter how big the company is. Post-release, it also set some all-time records for fastest selling PC game, selling over 3.5 million copies in the first 24 hours, which again is a really good, nice achievement to have under your belt if you're a games company. So the game takes place in Sanctuary, and now this is the dark fantasy world in which Diablo's set, and Diablo 3 is set 20 years after the events of Diablo 2. Diablo 2. Deckard Cain and his niece Leah are in the Tritsum Cathedral investigating ancient texts regarding an ominous prophecy. Suddenly, a mysterious star falling from the sky strikes the cathedral, creating a deep crater into which Deckard Cain disappears. Now, we're not really that far through the game yet, but I'm guessing that's going to lead to hell. I mean, Diablo is kind of the name. It's common sense. So the gameplay is pretty similar to that of the previous titles in the Diablo series, and that's by no means a bad thing. The game isn't all porn stars and ponies, however. It did have its fair share of glitches, bugs, and other nasty video game STDs. I myself got to spend some quality time with errors 3005, 3003, 24100, 75, and also error 12. Now those are some pretty game raping bugs. I'd hate to see what fucking error 1 was like, I mean, come on. And I have to say I hate the online feature for this game. That you always have to be online even if you're on single player, which is really, really bad, especially for people who have really laggy internet connections that aren't that reliable at all, like me. And if you do want to go on multiplayer and someone else is watching a cutscene, like they're hosting the game and watching a cutscene or talking through dialogue, they themselves will have the choice to skip it. It's not down to a vote or anything, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And that's really bad for me because I like getting engrossed in the story and kind of learning about the lore. I mean, in Elder Scrolls, when I do my Let's Play, I'll try and get engrossed in the story. When I'm not recording, I read every book that I find. So, yeah, I kind of like the stories on every game, even fucking FPS like Battlefield. Now, a lot of Usaparians out there have been asking my opinion on this game, so instead of making like a whole new video and a review, I thought I'd just kind of incorporate it into this video. Because I am doing a Let's Play on Diablo, and if I do a review, then it might interfere with that a little bit. I might accidentally make some more progress when I don't want to. So personally, I love Diablo 3. It's one of my favourite games of the year, even though it did have its problem. Now, the guys behind Diablo have kept the fundamental parts of the franchise, grounded them up into awesome dust, and sprinkled them around the whole game, like a fairy godmother who knows how to turn on PC. One of the biggest changes to Diablo 3 is the attributes, and they're changed to an automatically allocated system. So your players can't choose skill points to spread around the place. You can't choose to put it into stealth, or put it into archery, or bows, even though bows and archery is the same thing, but daggers maybe. They do it for you, which is really, really bad, and I hate that. I love like getting skills and tailoring my character to the way I want my character to be, and yeah, that's one of my pet hates in the game. And you can't set up skill points, and instead you gain 1 or 2 points in the 4 attributes with every level up. Diablo 3 developers felt that stat allocation in Diablo 2 was poor, and it was a really bad way to provide character customization, since players either experimented and ruined their characters with suboptimal choices, or else followed a cookie clutter style of build. Some changes have been made in order to make the game more welcoming to new players, and I don't really like that kind of thing. I want to play a hardcore game. I'm going to be playing normal and then all the other difficulties, hoping to get up to Inferno, and I will be doing a Let's Play on Inferno. Whether or not I'll be playing all the little things in between as Let's Plays, I'll see, but Inferno is my main goal to get to in this Let's Play. They want to ramp up the difficulty more smoothly, so it's not like a cliff edge. You don't go straight from easy to hard as hell. You kind of gradually grow there, and as you gradually grow there, you get more experienced. You get to learn the mechanics of the game. I understand that for new players that might be a thing, but personally I would have liked a little bit more of a challenge. I mean, as you can see in the background, I haven't died at all, and I'm finding it pretty easy at the moment. Especially with like loads of new weapons that I keep finding. I mean, there's that bow of Inferno and all that stuff. And the game creators want to create a deep and engaging combat system. But personally, I don't really find those changes too bad or too game changing that they destroy the game. I can live with them. I can understand why they want new players, want a wider audience, and so on and so forth. Although they're kind of leaving out the veteran players. So, apart from the changes I've just mentioned, Diablo 3 is more or less the same as the other Diablo games from the past. It's still a game defined almost entirely by clicking on things. Just imagine Monkey Island Hardcore Turbo Edition, with of course the whole demons spawning bye bye Uncle Death the All Humanity agenda. But if you don't know what that is, or if you just didn't understand what I said, think of less ARG and more and you'll get the idea. So you click on the ground move, you'll see me doing that a lot, and you click on items to pick them up, you click on enemies to kill the fuckers, and enemies yield randomly generated loot, which is another good thing. Loot, more than levels or just helps your character progress, it remains the kind of beating heart of Diablo. That is the main focus. This is a hack and slash RPG game, so it's going to have a lot of nice kind of loot around the place. Now, what I've noticed so far, I did play Diablo 2, so they've kind of spread the loot out a little bit more. It's not so concentrated, you find it spread out across the landscape in secret areas and in random enemies. It is random enemies that it's found in, sort of like on Borderlands and stuff like that, where you get random loot drops. So that's pretty cool. We haven't really found that many things. We've found 2 blue coloured items, like the text blue, so I'm not really sure how the kind of colour system works for rare items. But hopefully they're quite good items. Now, while all of this familiar stuff is familiar to some degree, Diablo 3 quickly makes a scandalous alteration to previous games. Skill points have fallen down the shitter, like I said before, and each class's attributes increase automatically when a new level is gained. So new skills unlocked over time at specific levels. That's set in stone. You can't change which ones open and which ones don't open. They are gonna happen. Now this is the one change out of the whole game that drives me fucking crazy. Not being able to let me mold my character the way I want to. I was going to play a stealthy archer. If I could change the settings or change the stats, I would be a stealthy archer, and I would like kind of sneak up behind them and slice them in half with daggers and shit like that. And you can see what I mean. It'd be really good. And it's annoying me to the degree that I'm starting to like hope that they implement it in the next patch or something like that somehow. And doing that to me is like telling an orphan that he's going to be adopted. And then when it comes to the day he's about to get adopted, you hand him a fucking cardboard cutout. That is what it's like. That might be a bit drastic, a bit dramatic, but that is how I feel. It's just wrong. Now, in a way I can see why Blizzard did this. Since starting ability points are no longer a consideration, you never committed to a specific build or playstyle with your character. So you don't have to go down a route that you kind of don't want to go down anymore. Although I kind of feel like they could have done what Skyrim did and let you change mid-path. Although I know why they wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want a copy of Skyrim. So, all in all, did I enjoy it? Yeah. I'm enjoying it so far. I could deal with the 11-year wait because I know that it would be good. I know that it would pay off. And I'm going to use a popular English phrase here. Good things come to those who wait. And my god, has it been a fucking wait. Games, so refined and compulsively playable, don't come very often. But when you get the elusive bastards and take the time to be thankful, you really will love this game. If you really want an annual game, then go play fucking Call of Duty. Although personally I think that game series should be put down like the rabid money grabbing fucking bag of afterbirth it is. Diablo 3 is going to be king of its genre for a very long time, and has set a high bar for every PC action game, and video games in general, to be honest. If you can look past the glitches and the bugs, even though most of them are out of the way, then I would really recommend picking this up. Even if you haven't played the other Diablo games, it's easy to get into. The one bad thing is though, there's lots of plot holes in it that require you to be reading the books that have been released. And I find that a kind of sneaky move. I find that they're trying to want me to buy the book just so I can spend money on them. It may not be the case, it may be for the story, maybe they couldn't fit it in the other games or something like that. But I still don't want to read that book. And I kind of have to if I want to get a story. And this game will be king for years to come. Ages and ages people will try and get to this game, people will try and copy off this game. And it's going to be really good, it's going to be one of the top. I would give this game 10 out of 10. And I'd say it's the best game of this genre like I said before. And will be. Or at least until Torchlight 2 comes out. I've been Cipyaar. This has been Cipyaar Reviews Diablo 3. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, show some love in the subscriptions. Kind of subscribe to my channel, like the video, and favourite it. Even drop a comment telling us how to improve. I always want to improve my videos. Tell me if my video quality wasn't very good. Tell me if my audio quality wasn't very good, or if I'm talking too quick, or if I'm talking in a weird fucking Chinese language and you don't understand this. All that kind of stuff. Help me improve and become a better YouTuber. I would appreciate it, and it only takes a few seconds. Bye bye.